Hi, I'm Bill McKeegan, and I'm here with one of our Progression Integrated Amplifiers, and today we're going to go through the connections, the installation, and the operation of this great unit. Okay, we are now at the rear panel of the Progression Integrated, and this one is equipped with the optional digital streaming module. We will get to those connections in just a bit, but we'll start with the speakers. My right channel speakers are already connected, as well as the positive connection to the left speaker is as well. We're using spades, which we like. Just slip the spade underneath the binding post and tighten. Optionally, you can use banana plugs, which would go inside the holes at the back of the binding post. Now we will start with our balance sources. Radio, server, and DAC are all identical. They're just labels. So we'll plug ours into server here in the middle. Right channel and the left channel are labeled. The one unique XLR connection is the theater. Theater is reserved for a surround sound processor. So if your system includes home theater, this is where you would connect your left and right outputs of your surround processor. We also have two RCA, or unbalanced or single-ended, all the same, but different names for the same connections. If you have the optional Phono module, the Phono is dedicated just for turntable use. If you don't have the optional Phono module, then it is a standard RCA or line level input and is identical to the aux input or auxiliary. And we just simply connect right and left like that. We also have a ground lug for use with a turntable. So if you do have the optional Phono module, you would have to connect this to your turntable for proper grounding. Like all of our integrated amplifiers, the Progression Integrated includes a Bluetooth remote control. You do have to connect the included antenna, and that would go on right here. You just simply screw it on. It is adjustable for best reception, but can be left in the down position as well. This unit is equipped with the optional digital streaming module, but if it wasn't, these connections would be replaced by this plate, which does say optional digital module. The unit is field upgradable. Your dealer can put the digital module in later, so this plate would come off, the module would slip in, and then these screws would be tightened, and you would now be ready for your digital music. You do have to make your network connection. We do have an RJ45 Ethernet connector, and we always recommend that for your best listening of high-resolution music sources. We also include another antenna, and that antenna is for Wi-Fi. So if you don't have an Ethernet connection, we do provide an antenna so you can listen to your music over Wi-Fi. Same as the remote antenna, it can be positioned up or down depending on your installation. We do have legacy connections as well. Your conventional coax, optical, and your USB connection are available. There's also a headphone jack in the back to keep the faceplate as clean as possible. We also have a couple of connections that aren't used in every system but can really be handy. We have a preamp output left and right. This is most commonly used to connect a subwoofer to your system. The volume control on the front will control this output as well so that you can keep your main speakers and subwoofer in sync volume-wise anytime you have to raise or lower the volume. Conversely, the 12-volt trigger output is used for when you want to turn on another device at the same time you move the Progression Integrated from standby to full power mode. We also include a RS-232 connector, which is used with systems that are an alternative remote control. This, along with the special commands that we put on our website, will allow you to control the Progression Integrated Amplifier with these third-party remote controls. Your best resource for installing something like this is your local D'Agostino dealer. And then our final connection, of course, is power. So first plug in the connection on the amp side, and then plug in the connection on your wall side. From there, we're ready to turn the unit on and start listening. Once the unit is plugged into the wall, the standby LED will illuminate, and to move the unit from standby to full power, just press it, and the meters on the right-hand side will illuminate. You will hear a couple of relay clicks inside the amplifier, and once those are done, you're ready to go. Press the source you'd like to listen to, server, auxiliary, radio with the standard XLR inputs, If you do have your home theater processor in the system, pressing the theater button will activate that special operation mode. If your Phono is connected, that's a blue LED, and then we have the DAC. This unit is equipped with the optional digital streaming module. So when we press DAC, the first step is the network input for your streaming. Continued pressing of the DAC button will cycle through the other inputs, coax, optical, and USB. And then go back to the analog input labeled DAC if you were using a separate CD player or DAC connected to the analog inputs in the back. Once you've selected your source, just simply turning the volume control will raise the volume, which is indicated on the meters on the right. Once you stop adjusting the volume, if music is playing, the meters will move in concert with the signal incoming to the amplifier. A special note on the theater input and its operation. With theater mode engaged, the volume control is disabled. As you can see, as we turn it, the meters don't move at all. Now the surround processor will control your left and right volume so that you don't have two volume controls in operation, just one when you are listening to your video sources. You also have the mute button right here. Pressing mute will now start flashing of the meters. Either pressing mute again or just moving the volume control will take it out of the mute mode. The Progression Integrated Amplifier, like all of our amplifiers as well as preamplifiers, include what we call a dark mode. So if you don't like the meters lit up while you're listening, hold the standby button until the unit turns itself on. When you let go, after about 10 seconds, the meters will go off. When you adjust volume or change input, they'll come back on for, again, that period of 10 seconds and then go back off. To go back to normal mode, turn the unit off to standby, hold it again for 10 or so seconds, and now it'll be back to normal operating where the meters always stay illuminated. This unit is equipped with the optional Phono module, and we have one adjustment that we can make, and that is for loading. There are two blocks of switches. Have to do both for the left and the right channel. These switch settings are available in our manual, which you can find on our website. I'm going to set it for 100 ohms. An easy way to do this is with a little screwdriver. 100 ohms is set by moving the 6th switch down on both sides. And now your loading is set for 100 ohms. Again, all the switch settings are available in the manual for a variety of cartridge loadings. The Progression Integrated Amplifier includes a remote control, and as mentioned before, it uses Bluetooth technology. Once the unit is plugged into the wall and the batteries are inserted in the back of the remote control, it will automatically pair. And turning the power on, you'll be able to use the remote control from there. All the buttons on the front panel are duplicated on the remote control, and then there are two additional functions that are only on the remote control. One of them is polarity, and this will invert the signal from a recording that you're playing. There's no right or wrong here, but some people think listening to a particular cut of music sounds better with the inverted polarity, the red mode, and some preferred in the non-inverted, which is the standard, the green mode. The other function exclusive to the remote control is balance. Pressing balance will show you the current setting. If you press balance in the up arrow, it will move the signal to the right channel. If you press balance in the down arrow, it will move the signal to the left channel. Getting back to center, just hold the balance button until the arrows move to 12 o'clock and you'll be back to the normal position. Now you're ready to listen to some music, but before you do, please like and subscribe to our channel. Sit back now, listen to some great music using the Progression Integrated Amplifier.